this is the one you'll need to sit down for. All right, so we all know about the crazy things Louis' exes have said about him. I won't get into the details. He was charged for assaulting a 20-year-old boy during a road rage incident. I won't get into the details. And how on earth did I not hear about this Dana Wilkie podcast with Louis' former boss, David Brill? Now, David Brill said he was watching an episode of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, and he saw one of his favorite New York Giants football players on the show, Tiki Barber. He sees Louis sitting at the same table as Tiki Barber, and he can't believe his eyes. Now, David says he's in shock because of all of the alleged incidents that he said he witnessed and experienced with Louis. So David Brill worked at Jamie Marketing back in the day, and he said the company hired Louis as an intern when Louis was 19 years old. That's how they met. About a year or so later, David Brill goes into business with Louis because Louis told him he had a bunch of startup money and that the two of them could make a killing together. So David and Louis start this new company and they start working out of David's apartment, okay? David's apartment is their new office. David said Louis allegedly stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from him, okay? Let's just start there. He said Louis allegedly had two guys named Frank and Brian who he believed were affiliated with the mob and would help him run all of his schemes. He says Louis was allegedly into this huge telemarketing fraud, selling fake lottery tickets to senior citizens all over the US and all over Canada. He goes into great detail about this. The alleged ties between Louis and the Bonanno crime family. He shares stories about the alleged schemes and horrible things that Louis and Louis' brother David allegedly committed. Yes, Louis' former boss and Louis' brother are both named David. It just gets worse and worse. So David Brill said he used to love going to Burger King. So one day, David Brill and Louis allegedly go to Burger King. And Louis allegedly finds the cashier at Burger King to be very attractive. Now, according to David Brill, the girl was very young. He says Louis allegedly walks up to her, tells her to leave her job right then and there, and that she wouldn't have to work anymore. He then allegedly witnesses Louis take this young girl back to his apartment, back to David Brill's apartment. I can't talk about what allegedly happened there, guys. It's bad. So Dana Wilkie asks David Brill, why haven't you reported this guy? Why haven't you spoken up? Why haven't you shared this story? All of these stories, all these crazy things. And David says he couldn't because he was scared for his life. He said that Louis allegedly beat the living heck out of him multiple times and also held a to his head multiple times. David and his wife both agreed that would be in his and his family's best interest to just run away and disappear and have nothing to do with Louis anymore. But he says after nearly 30 years, he's watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey and he sees Louis on his screen. He couldn't fathom that someone else was possibly going through what he went through, allegedly. So that's when he wanted to speak up and he wanted to share all of these crazy stories, okay? Because he knew how dangerous Louis is. Towards the end, David makes it a point to say that Teresa's daughters are in grave danger, okay? Like, he wants to make that clear on the podcast, and he does. Guys, you need to listen to this Dana Wilkie podcast with David Brill. Like, you have to do it. You have to go right now, go listen to it. It's insane. My jaw was dropped for nearly the entire hour of the podcast. It can't get crazier than this.